when I was a kid, I was big into Pokemon. I still am. But back then, I never designed my own characters or trainer or myself as a trainer or anything like that. So now I'm going back and doing that. As cringy as it sounds, I'm gonna make myself into a Pokemon trainer and then have like a whole illustration. So day one started with me just researching. I was looking at the Pinterest with Pokemon trainers, but it got a little bit too like I guess repetitive. So I started looking at OCs or original characters for Pokemon trainers, and that's what I based mine off. Right after I was done looking at OCs, I took my own like persona, and I completely changed the outfit to something more that I would wear in real life. So I went with business core, specifically this photo as my reference, and then I decided to add some like accessories and stuff onto my character that just makes it a little bit more me. So now you get to see my time lapse. Okay, so you can see here me start to draw like my face. I wanted to go for more of like kind of keep my style, but also like a little bit of Pokemon inspired. So you can see I have a little reference to like do that, but I didn't really use it that much, to be honest. I like completely forgot about it for most of the part, but yeah, you can see me here. Last minute I decided to move my eye around because I'm in a bit you're gonna see I draw myself with a Pokemon. You can see I start sketching some things, but I delete most of it. You can see I draw a Squirtle. Specifically, I feel like I would have a shiny Squirtle because it's my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon, and it's just cool to have Squirtle. Like Squirtle Squad, always been cool as hell, you know. But I feel like if I was a trainer, I would have a Squirtle, and that's why I added it. So you can see here, I added my little like collar, tie, you know, trying to keep the business core, I guess, aesthetic. I just based myself mostly off like Chirin, I think that's how you pronounce his name, or Chirin, whatever. You can see I was struggling a little bit, so I just moved to do the hand. I don't really use that many like guides, to be honest, now that I think about it. But yeah, you can see me here, trial and error. The whole thing is just trial and error. So yeah. Me personally, like shoes is just really hard for me to like draw. It's always been one of my weak points. So when I was drawing this shoe, I based my shoes off DCs because, well, they're cool as hell, and I just bought myself a pair because they're comfortable. So yeah, you can see me here just messing around with it, trying to make it look right. The whole time I did have a reference posted up, I guess, but I didn't really look at it as much. As you can see, I forget about the reference that I have at the top as well, but it's okay. It's fine. But obviously I changed the colors of them to make it match more my quote-unquote aesthetic. Here you can see me struggling a little bit with the bag. Remember, it's okay to mess up. Just try over and over again. So yeah. Alright, and here's my final result. There we go. I hope you liked my character design of myself. Now I'm gonna actually make my illustration. So yeah. So first I started with actually looking at the Pokemon I'm gonna put in the illustration. So I decided to put these. They're my favorite Pokemon, and obviously I would like to have them as a trainer. So that's what I decided to put. Okay, here's my breakdown. Okay, so to begin with, I did thumbnails, which is like a simple way to just get my thoughts and like creative mind just starting or working, I guess. Like it's almost like an engine. Think of your mind like as a muscle that needs to be trained in order to be flexed. So it's much easier to do this. I mostly do 4 thumbnails, but for this one, I really like the first one, so that's what I went with. So you can see me here do another one. I did like this one, but it was more like a selfie. I like the Greninja pose. I ain't gonna lie, the Greninja was really cool. I did find it on Pinterest, so I didn't have like I don't have like I guess the artist to shout out that did that pose, but that's a pretty cool pose. So I decided to jot it down and see if I could use it in some way. I didn't end up using it, but it's all cool. I really like the Clodsire on that other thumbnail though. But yeah, you can see me here just do a couple thumbnails. Okay, once I'm done with the thumbnails, I actually just scale one up, the one that I like, and then I just sketch on top of that. Basically, it's just like I said, a quick way to get your thoughts down, but then right after you can sketch on top of it so you can actually like get more detail and actually establish where things are gonna be. I kept moving around like my head, my outfit, where I'm gonna be. Well, not really where I'm gonna be, but more like a little bit of the details, you know, just simple things like that, and it's just an easier way for me to like actually make sure where things are gonna be, like where my hands are gonna be placed, if I can fucking speak, like things like that. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. It's actually such a nice and easy way to like get everything established early on in a piece instead of like just doing something and then going back later, and like, you know, it's a whole ordeal if you do that. So I like doing this, like doing it like this, which is just an easier way. I recommend every artist to do this. It's just an easy way for you to like get things like down and established, so you don't have to think of it and worry about it later on in your drawing. Okay, so here I'm gonna start adding in my values. So I go really light for things in the background, because cameras, if you don't know, the way how cameras work is anything closer to the like camera will be darker than the rest of it. So that's what I did. Here you can see me do a little bit of line art, which is really rare for me as well. This is one of the rare occasions I actually had to do line art, because I didn't know how I was gonna render this, because it's multiple pieces and it's also like almost full body, or technically it is full body. So you can see me do line art. It's not one of my strong suits. Sorry if you hate my line art or hate line art in general. Suck it up, Buttercup, I guess. But basically, I just do a little bit of line art here. I do render on top of this later on, as you'll be able to see. But yeah, this is just a time lapse of me doing my line art. Okay, now it's time for my favorite part, which is coloring. So I use a paintbrush. I recommend everybody gets a hard paintbrush. It's one like the greatest things that you could ever have. Here I redo the sky because I wasn't too sure about those clouds. So you can see me here redo them a couple of times. But I recommend everybody gets a hard paintbrush. They're a fucking lifesaver. This one I bought from PCAT. Yeah, go to their YouTube channel. I really like their videos, so yeah, I support them. Okay, so you just saw me get my values there. I actually removed these sleeves in exchange for, yeah, a bush, because I feel like the bush looks better. You can see me here play around with some of the values, you know. I had to search up a reference real quick. You'll see me do that multiple times for the colors to get the colors right, but you can see me here just render on top of that. Here I think I turn off the line art layer because I wanted to try something new, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see, I go in and it's just a little like new way that I found of rendering for myself. I don't normally do this type of rendering, so it was kind of fun doing it for the first time. I tried doing it for every little bit, but I just couldn't, so I just kind of like changed it a little bit so it's much easier for everybody, for like everything to just look cohesive, I guess. So it looks like it's all drawn by the same person. You can see me here doing or trying to do the same thing with the Gengar, but I just couldn't. The mouth, I hated doing that mouth. I remember myself just like crying as I was sitting in my room alone. Sad, I know, dark as well. I hated rendering it, so I just kind of like gave in and just did it how I normally do, and then turned off the line art layer and then retried, I guess. So you can see me here. Yeah, I have to line everything up again, and I kind of hated that. So if moving forward, I'll find a way how to like cut back and not spend that much time on something like that minute, I guess, or that minuscule. Yeah, you can see me here redo the mouth multiple times. I blend in. Yeah, it's a whole ordeal. I hated this drawing this mouth. This mouth was way too hard for some fucking reason. But it came out good at the end, actually. Like, I really liked it at the end. You can see me here go in with like light. So yeah. Okay, so now you can just see me erase the line art. Here I do the Charizard, but I just picked out the normal colors and then just went in with a multiply layer to change it more to blue, so it looks like it's more further into the distance and, you know, the sky. Then I do color line art for this one, but then I just kind of give up on it and just pick a render on top of it. You can kind of see me just do that throughout the whole Charizard. I thought this was gonna take me not that long, so I did my best to do it in a quickly quote-unquote manner, but it took me a while, like a good 20 minutes to render most of it, which I didn't think it was going to take me that long. I did a little what's it called, hue saturation, you know. Here I go back in with the hard paintbrush. I fucking love this thing. It's one of my greatest brushes. Shout out to PCAT again. I really like the brush. So you can just see me here render my Clodsire. Fucking Clodsire's base. If you hate Clodsire, I don't like you either. Fuck you. So yeah. So for the Snorlax, I tried doing the same thing as the Charizard, which in my opinion came out a lot better than the Charizard. You can see me here just I'm trying a bunch of different new things because I'm trying to fix some of my loose ends or things that I can like cut back or render on, because sometimes I zoom in too much and then you can't really see like my whole picture or the small detail I added. So I tried doing something different from every single one of these Pokemon, which in my opinion actually came out pretty good. So I recommend you find like a way, or through your art style or something that you do too much or too often, and see a way how you could do it easier. I always say less is more. It's always much easier to say that than actually do it, but I recommend it 10 out of 10. Now the big one was actually trying to do me, because that sounds so wrong, like actually paint me, because I was a little bit concerned. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but it came out alright at the end. I just kind of like did it how I normally paint humans, and I was like, came out pretty easy, not gonna lie. I'm just the greatest artist, I guess. I do a different mouth because it kind of looks like I'm fucking dead and I'm just staring at my Squirtle. So I added more glares, and like 2 more glares into my eyes. So yeah, teaching, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so as I finished the Squirtle, I started doing the actual table, which at this point I was already tired with, so you could see me do a couple different things. I added Pokeballs because in the game that's an actual like napkin or table layout or whatever it is. But yeah, I added little grass blades. I do this a lot. Like you will see me redo the grass ass, I guess. I don't know, blades. But the mountain I didn't really like, so I rechanged it, or I redid it, and then I lowered the opacity. Obviously, you know, little bushes in the background. Add more to the scenery. You know, instead of adding like dust, I guess I added little leaves to add something more. And then color dodge. I fucking love color dodge. Shout out to my boy Ross. Wait, no, that's not Ross Draws. That's what it was. My fault, gang. But yeah, I recommend you use color dodge and just my signature, and you know, just little shiny stars. So yeah, here it is. Ta-da! So me personally, I really like this piece. It's one of my favorites. It includes a lot of my favorite Pokemons. So yeah, thank you, I guess. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye, I guess. Oh, and like and subscribe because I did this whole video in like 2 days. So bye.